It's championship weekend in the NFL. James, we only have 3 more games left this season, and it sucks to think about. But the NFC Championship game is going to be a ton of fun. It is an NFC West showdown. Once again, I feel like we get an NFC West showdown in the conference championship almost every year. It's just never the Arizona Cardinals. Usually it's the Rams and the Seahawks.
Preseason
Seahawks
picks, yeah,
and the 49ers.
it's always the Cardinals.
Yeah, we don't got to talk about my preseason love for the Cardinals. But Rams are 2.5-point underdogs to the Seahawks. The line opened at +1.5, so the line is actually moving towards the Seahawks. James, where do you stand on this one?
Dude, for us to get a third game between these two teams, and if people forget, like both of these games have been close. Like the Seahawks should have won in LA, they missed the field goal. In LA, Rams win. The Rams should have won in Seattle, but somehow some fluky behind the back pass and the 2-point conversion, and the Seahawks team find a way to come back and win. Spence, these two teams, it's so like you want to talk about how close they are. Points scored between these two teams in the matchups 58-57 Rams. Yards gained, total yards between the two teams 830-829 Rams. Like, so we're getting pinpoint action. And Spence, if I'm getting pinpoint action, who am I going to trust? You know, am I going to trust McVay and Stafford, who have been there, done that? Or am I going to trust the new boys on the block, which we're eating a lot of crow on Sam Darnold and Mike McDonald? Like, who are we going to trust? Yeah, we saw Charbonnet. He's out for this game. We were going to see a lot of Kenneth Walker. We got JSN. We got Puka. We got Devontae. Like you mentioned, we couldn't have asked for a better NFC Championship game, and literally between the two best teams. But Spence, trends say this, trends say that. I got to go with my gut on this one. You mentioned it in our AFC video. One of those picks, your dark horse left field. This is my dark horse left field pick from March. Give me the Rams +2.5, man, to play in Santa Clara for the Super Bowl and Super Bowl 60, because Sean McVay, Stafford, Puka, Devontae, the defense, I cannot pick against these guys. Now, will I go for the under in this game? What I really will do is I'll probably do my 6-point tease with the Rams spread, because I don't want this to be a 24-21 Seahawks victory. Give me at least 8.5. And then I forget what the under is. I think it's at 47 or 48.
46.5 currently.
46.5. So give me 52.5. I know this game was 38-37 last time. I don't see that happening this week. I could be wrong, but man, hey, Seattle's defense has been top notch. They want their revenge on that game. I know the Rams want their revenge. I see this really coming down to, and this is me, I like this game being 23-17 Rams.
Yeah, once again, James, we agree on everything. But let's do this, though, because I'm going with the Rams. I think Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, they've been there, done that, as you said. And I just really want this to cement even further Matthew Stafford's already a Hall of Famer. But I've always been a Matthew Stafford guy, even dating back to his days in Detroit. I've always felt he's one of the most special, talented, most underrated, underappreciated quarterbacks of the entire generation. And of course, now he's got a Super Bowl win with a great team back then. Didn't get the Super Bowl MVP, though. That was Cooper Kupp.
Ooh.
I want Matthew Stafford to end up getting a Super Bowl MVP. He's going to add a NFL MVP most likely right before that. We'll see. You don't think so?
No.
You think it's going to be Drake May?
Yeah, I think I saw the finalist for the Offensive Player of the Year, and Stafford was not on that list, and Drake May was.
For Offensive Player of the Year?
Offensive Player of the Year, or it was, I forget the award. I saw it, and Drake May's on it, and Stafford's not, and that just leads me to think May will win.
But nonetheless, I expect Matthew Stafford to get it done, right? Now, where I'm going with this was we can actually disagree on one thing. I think this is a very easy over. You mentioned it. The last game they played was an absolute shootout, and I expect to see that again. I think both these offenses have a lot of firepower with them. And I actually think the Zach Charbonnet injury, though unfortunate for him, I actually think this offense for Seattle works so much better when Kenneth Walker is your bell cow. when he is the guy that is coming in there and he's getting every single snap, of course he'll come out for a break, but I expect Kenneth Walker to be carrying the rock at least 20 times, and JSN give me 12 targets for him. Sam Darnold, despite what we have thought of him in the past, you got to respect that in the league nowadays, he's one of the only quarterbacks that constantly is working the ball up the field. He is constantly pushing the ball upfield, throwing over the middle. I appreciate guys like that, and we don't see a whole lot of those guys nowadays. Sam Darnold is one of them, so I think it's going to be high-flying, high action, but I think the Rams pull it out in the end because I think Sam Darnold, as good as he's been, and I just got done complimenting him, he's just going to have one of those turnovers. I just see it coming. The fourth quarter is going to be there, and it's going to be one of those classic Sammy D turnovers, and it's going to do the Seahawks in, and the Rams will win a close, hard-fought battle, but I think it's going to be the Rams going to Santa Clara. They just have so much talent. You didn't mention one of my favorite players when you mentioned it earlier, Kyren Williams. I think he is truly one of the best running backs in the NFL, and I think that Seattle's defense, their strength in the secondary, I think Kyren Williams can get it done. Kyren Williams is a very, very strong force for that run game, and Puka's going to get his. Devontae Adams, if it's on the 1 yard line, just go ahead and put 6 on the board because he's going to get that back shoulder end zone fade. It's going to be a fun one. This is obviously the more fun game of the two this weekend.
Yep.
But give me the Rams. I'm going to go with the Rams. I'm going to go with the over as well.
Yeah, okay, so you going Rams over, I'm going Rams under. Now, if you're a Rams fan, you love what you hear because Sean McVay and Stafford, like the last 3 years, have dominated the Seahawks against the spread, straight up, etc. Seahawks, they got all the weird trends, like their last 58 games at home, they're 45-13 against the spread, so fade the road team. But I'll give you one weird trend between this game. I don't know why I found this, but I found this one, Spence. So if you think you like the Seahawks, you better like this trend right here. You know why, Spence? Teams that have faced Ben Johnson, not just as head coach, but also offensive coordinator in the last 2 years, a team that after they faced Ben Johnson have gone 8-25-1 straight up. And guess who just played Ben Johnson last week? The effing Rams. I don't know why this is a live trend, but if you're a Seahawks fan, you better hold on to this as tight as you can. But I'm with you, man. I just think we have to come to earth with Sammy D. We have to.
At some point, the other shoe will drop.
It's gotta drop.
And I'm saying this, I'm not saying he's not going to play like CJ Stroud. I'm not saying that no one's going to play that bad. And that's a video for down the road. I'm sure we're going to talk a lot about my feelings even further on CJ Stroud down the road once I've fully come to grips with what I witnessed less than a week ago. But Sam Darnold, not going to be that bad. I think he's going to have a great game. It's just going to be that one. It's going to be that one in the fourth quarter when the game's on the line, when he needs to move the ball down the field to score, or he's trying to preserve a lead and he turns the ball over. That could be a fumble. It could be a big stupid pick. I don't know. But I just feel in my gut that there's a Sammy D turnover brewing, and a bad one in the fourth quarter, and that will be what sends the Rams to San Francisco. Just imagine how much it sucks for the 49er faithful that one of your rivals has the chance to hoist a Lombardi trophy in your house, in your stadium. That's got to be a crappy feeling.
I think whoever advances to the Super Bowl, and if they are to win, they should just go the college route. Just plant their flag in the middle of the end zone. Bro, you already won the chip. Just plant that flag right there in the end zone. But again, Spence, hey, I can't wait for this game. And of course, before we head out, man, another like weird couple trends. Earlier in our AFC video, I talked about teams that have extended rest are very good the next game. Seattle's on that trend. And with the Rams, they would be the first team to advance the Super Bowl, losing the first 2 games against the spread. So they lost in the wild card against the spread, and they lost the divisional against the spread. They'd be the first team to make the Super Bowl after losing back-to-back straight up, or back-to-back against the spread games. Spence, I don't know who's really going to come out of this, but guess what, man? All I know is we're going to have a great time watching this game. I hope, it's my dark horse versus your dark horse. But guess what? At the end of the day, when it comes to the Super Bowl in Santa Clara, you already know we're going to have all the Super Bowl picks that we're going to do, from props to line bets to side bets, because I don't know. Hey, all I know is, I'll say this before this video drops. Hey, man, if there's a prop bet of how many English words Bad Bunny will say, I will bet the under. Just screw it, bro. Bet the under, man.
Yep. A lot of Super Bowl festivities and videos to come from Big Game Energy, but we will see you then. Y'all let us know in the comments who you got in the NFC Championship game, Seahawks or Rams. Like me and James have the Rams. Y'all let us know, and we'll see you next time.